Meredith Klein, host of Tango Stories, which brings you glimpses into the lives of the dancers, musicians, organizers, and DJs who are part of the worldwide resurgence of Argentine tango. Thanks for joining me here on USALA Radio. Thanks so much for joining us today on Tango Stories here on USALA Radio. I'm really happy to present my guests today, Agustin Venturino and Natalia Aguero. Welcome. Welcome, guys.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
So Agustin and Natalia are really amazing tango dancers. They teach and perform around the world, and they're joining us via WhatsApp from the Netherlands, where they're on tour. So thank you so much for being with us today, Agustin and Natalia.
Thank you
also, Meredith.
So Agustin and Natalia and I are working together on a project we're really excited about. It's going to take place in April 2019, and we're going to be talking about it on the show today. But before we do that, I wanted to let our listeners get to know you both a little bit. So would each of you mind telling us a little bit about how you first got involved in tango, where you were, what you were doing, and how that started to play out for you?
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe Agustin first?
Okay.
Yeah.
You're trying to be too polite. You go first. No, you go first. No, you go.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
I know, I can tell from 5,000 miles away. I can just sense that.
That's nice. Well, I started when I was 17 years old, studying tango. That was my hobby, while I was doing engineer on the other hand as my major studies.
Uh-huh.
And I got the chance. I was born and raised in La Plata. La Plata is the capital city of Buenos Aires province, and it's only 1 hour south from Buenos Aires city.
Yes.
The world-known city. And I studied tango there with local teachers mostly. That they are amazing teachers, but they had they never had the chance to travel abroad, or they have never done it for either reasons. And in the meantime, we were having some guest teachers from Buenos Aires, but mostly it was local teachers. The community there, it's quite young. It's being a really, really nice community that stays with the very young spirit. There's a community in La Plata. It's a major. You can major in tango if you want. It's a 4-year major in La Plata.
You can get a degree.
So we have.
You're saying you can get a bachelor's degree in Argentine tango?
Yes.
That's amazing.
So.
And not only
I haven't done
it. Not only that, but the university in La Plata is a magnet for students from all over the country, right? It's a really important university and university town. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, it's true. It's a university town. There are a lot of universities, and this school is especially for tango, for people that want to live from tango.
Wow.
And it's a 4-year major. And people all over the country comes to La Plata. So the average is quite young in the community.
Uh-huh.
It has a lot of energy, a lot of power. So the community is quite good level, quite interesting, very good level. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So that's how I was raised, and very much I had all my tango life.
And Natalia, you came from a different suburb of the city of Buenos Aires, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I am from Partido de San Martín. That is in the north of Buenos Aires. It's inside the province of Buenos Aires, but it's in the north of Buenos Aires city, 1 hour of north. I studied tango when I was 20 years old. And I take tango classes for 1 year. And after that, I discovered that in Buenos Aires city, we also have a university of tango where you can do a major of tango. And I start, it's like five years major. And after 1 year taking lessons, and I become really in love with the tango, and I started studying tango in university.
So you actually enrolled, you enrolled in that degree program for tango?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, I was studying history in the university.
Yes.
And then start taking tango classes, and I become really in love. So I changed my major to tango because I was like really sure that I want to be a professional tango
That's
dancer.
Wonderful. Did you complete the whole degree?
What?
Did you complete the whole tango degree in the university?
No, I couldn't finish because we started traveling after I did 4 years of major, and after that we started traveling abroad in Europe and in USA, so I couldn't finish.
So you just have 1 year left to complete sometime.
Exactly, yes.
So the scene is that you're from 1 hour north of the city of Buenos Aires, and Agustin is from 1 hour south of the city of Buenos Aires. So however did you meet?
Good question. My group of friends in tango was inside to the city of Buenos Aires. I was traveling, and I had tango. There are tango in the city where I grew up, in San Martin, but not so much. So I was traveling a lot to Buenos Aires to dance tango.
To the capital of the
my
country.
Group of friends.
To the capital, Buenos Aires city, the capital of Argentina, which is different than the province of Buenos Aires, where the city of La Plata, where Agustin was living, is. That sounds confusing.
Exactly. No, that what you say is right. So with my group of friends, we did some of the guys say, I heard that there are a really good milonga in La Plata that runs the Sundays in the afternoon. So he proposed to go to dance there. So we went with a group of friends with a car traveling to La Plata to meet this milonga.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the milonga that Agustin was running with a group of friends. The name of the milonga is La Torre.
What does La Torre mean?
And
Sorry?
What La Torre means is the tower.
So can you set that scene? Yeah. Maybe Agustin. So you were running this milonga with a group of friends, Agustin, and it's called the tower, but it's actually outside.
Yeah, the thing is that it's a government building that ground zero is completely open air space, but it has the building on top. So no matter if it rains or no matter any weather condition, we could still run it. So it ran, even though now we're on tour and we cannot be there, the milonga is still running by our friends.
Wow.
And it had been running for about 9 years, non-stop.
Amazing.
So we didn't have to stop because of weather conditions or anything. It runs the whole year long with classes and milonga every Sunday.
So it's an open air space at the bottom of a large building, and it's protected enough from the elements that you hold it in the winter or when it's raining or when you have torrential rain and flooding, all of that. You can still hold this milonga. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's in the very, very center of the city, in the main center.
And you also are and were really committed that anybody can participate. And so instead of charging entrance, you ran the milonga a la gorra, which means that you pass around a hat or a virtual hat, whatever, and people pay whatever they can. There's no set price.
Yeah, the spirit of the tower was a social integration activity, in which we were using tango as the main activity to do it, because we love the tango. We want more people also involved with it. Mm-hmm. But so there was no charges, fixed charges for anything. People could pay as much as they can, as much as they would like for the classes, and then we would pass the hat again for the milonga afterwards. And usually during summer, the space was also open for local artists to perform.
Wow.
So if they were musicians, tango musicians, they will play tandas. They will play song for dancers to dance.
Wow.
If they were non-tango dance musicians, maybe they would do the cortinas, which is the music between tandas.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes we have like sketch from different type of artists, like comedians or things like that during the event. Cool. And everything was for the people to get to be known and offer something in the city that could put people together.
Wow. So we're running out of time for this section, but I'm so interested in the word social integration activity. So it sounds like it's a different purpose than a different objective than many tango class and milonga environments would have. Can you say anything about that?
Yeah. Well, yeah. At one point, the group has a civil association, and the percentage of the income goes back to the people somehow. And at the beginning, we were even giving hot chocolates to everybody. We have people coming from any different places, stopping by, passing by, and getting interested in tango. Even the people from the local community go there dancing as you would go for a walk in the park. So there was no need to be wearing anything particular, no need to have shoes. It's just needing to be together and have fun with people.
Wow.
And that's the spirit. We sit on the floor, we bring food and drinks to share. And it's a very social, with the purpose of meeting, getting together and become one community.
Wow. It sounds wonderful, and I actually was lucky enough to be able to attend La Torre once, and I can attest that the environment is it's so friendly, so open, really amazing. I had such a wonderful time there, even though I didn't know anyone besides you guys when I arrived. So you really created something special, and it's amazing that even though I understand you haven't been to Argentina in a year and a half right now because you've been on tour. Is that right? And yet La Torre is still going on. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I think the event, it's not ours anymore. It's from the people. Now the whole community, I think, is involved and feel part of it.
That's beautiful. So we're going to take a short break and listen to our first tango of the broadcast, which is Una Noche de Garufa. And it's by one of the modern tango orchestras that's currently playing and performing the Orquesta Típica Tantori. And after we listen to it, we're going to talk about why we listen to it. So, Una Noche de Garufa. So you're here listening to Tango Stories on USALA Radio, and we just heard Una Noche de Garufa of the Orquesta Típica Tanturi, which is a modern tango orchestra currently performing in Buenos Aires. We're here today talking with Agustin and Natalia. First of all, because they're awesome. Second of all, because the three of us are working together on a really great project that's going to happen in April 2019. It's called Tango Experience 2019, and it consists of 2 guided trips that we're offering together. So the first is it's a trip for tango dancers to experience every aspect of tango, first in the city of Buenos Aires, where tango is from April 9th to 15th, and then with a second module in La Plata to get to know that amazing tango scene and also attend the La Plata Baila Tango Festival, the La Plata Dances Tango Festival, which, so the second module happens from April 15th to 22nd. So Agustin and Natalia, I know you're the main strategizers, organizers of the La Plata section of the trip. Why do you want to bring a group to La Plata? This is kind of new. I'm not sure that anybody has ever brought a tango group to La Plata before. So this is something very new.
Well, I honestly don't know if someone ever did it.
No, I don't know either.
Not that I'm aware of.
I think it's the first time. You're revolutionaries.
Well, I don't know. It's been interesting what happens in La Plata for our tango community and how it's evolving, and it's been a dream since we start traveling abroad to show the people a different tango that is lived when you go out of the main big city.
Mm-hmm. One of the first things that I experienced as I am not from La Plata, coming from outside, I really feel that La Plata tango community is a very, very friendly group of people.
Yes.
So I think this is something really nice to the people from outside can experience that. Like more like a group all together sharing, and it's not about competition, nothing connected with that. It's more about share together the tango and live the experience together.
Yeah.
That's really what I found when I came to the One Milonga, that without knowing me or who I was or if I could dance or anything, people just kept coming up to me and asking me to dance, and I kept having great dances. And there were a lot of young people, but not all young people. There were people of every age, all mixed together and all participating. And it wasn't just that I got dances, though that's always great, but also there was a spirit inside the dances of that the leaders were really listening to me, that there was a lot of dialogue inside the tango connection, not just, the man leads and the woman follows, but a very, much more of a feedback loop between, what was proposed to me and how I heard the music and what I said back. And so it's really beautiful. I think there really is a special experience of tango happening there in La Plata.
Yeah, I honestly agree. Every time we go back to La Plata, it feels home because of that. You go back and you have, even though now we go back and a lot of people, we really don't know them yet because the community continue growing.
Yes.
But the spirit's still there. So we just came back, and for them, we are completely a foreigner for the new people. And they're like, hey, who are you? And we just smile, like, yeah. I'm happy you are here. We say from the inside, that the community is still growing, and they keep on carrying it.
It's wonderful.
It's a very interesting community.
It's like amplifying the best aspects of tango and the best aspects of the tango community.
Yeah, also with a very high level. It's not common to find both things aligned in the same direction.
Absolutely.
So it's a very, very friendly community, but in a very high level of dancing. It's really interesting what happens there.
It's true. Unfortunately, often in a community, when the level gets very high, so could also the competitiveness or cliquishness or whatever. So to have that high level and still that very friendly, open kind of almost beginner's mind environment where people stay open to new people and new experiences. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's really nice. Once a year, well, the dream started because once a year there's a festival that is organized where the whole community very much gets together. There's a main organizer and there are a lot of people involved. But I have to say that the whole community works together for this, and it's our local tango festival.
Yes.
In La Plata. And this next year, Natalia and I, we will be attending as dancers and teachers, performers, and
so does this mean...
we were asked by the organizers to join.
Wow! So this means that you are going to be some of the maestros of the festival, teaching and performing and doing everything that entails, and you're also going to be bringing a group to the festival at the same time.
Yeah.
I think you're crazy.
But the thing was,
but I'm going to be there to help out, so don't worry.
Now, what happens is that many times we show scenes, we show short clips of the festival to show the spirit that tango is having nowadays.
Yes.
You know, by young people, and it's much more fresh, it's much more warm and welcoming, and it has a completely unique vibe. At least what we experience every time in La Plata Festival, it's a huge togetherness at the sound of two orchestras. For example, in the last night, that you have like a dueling of orchestras, two orchestras playing at the same time.
Can you set the scene for us? Because those are the images, the videos that I saw of the last night of the festival and the way that it culminates. And that's what made me say, I've got to go there. Like, this is completely unique. Can you set the scene and let us know what that's like?
It's in La Plata. It's been the first place that they ask for two orchestras to play simultaneously at the same time. First as a dueling, one at a time. So when one stops, the other one starts. One
like against the other, like trying to compete and be better than the other. At first, and they're on separate stages across the room from one another, and they literally kind of like a battle of the bands, but tango style.
Yeah, yes. and they are great orchestras. You have Los Reyes del Tango, which has, for example, the double bass is a guy that played with D'Arienzo.
Well, that's amazing.
And so he has a very solid D'Arienzo spirit.
Yes.
And on the other end, you have, for example, La Juan D'Arienzo, which is the new generation of the same spirit, the D'Arienzo music. So the whole atmosphere turns into something extraordinary with such two orchestras in such a powerful vibe playing, and the last song they play at the same time. So you have two orchestras of, I think there are like 12 musicians each playing at the same time from both ends of the whole salon. So it becomes the whole group gets together in the middle, and they just become a huge. They don't dance tango on the sides. You still have the
ronda,
the regular dance, the ronda, but between the stages you have the whole people getting together and interacting with the orchestra. We dance all together an interaction with the orchestra. So, for example, when the violins are the main thing, the people start to swing side to side, or they start going down to the floor, or when the marcato part comes and they are crazy, or staccato, they start jumping there. It's completely interactive with the orchestra. Another way of experiencing the music and making it, very expressive from the emotions on what they are feeling. And it's a complete togetherness. It's something that is not common to see. You probably see that in a rock band, not in tango.
Exactly. It's tango transformed into a rock concert. But yet people are still dancing traditionally on the sides, which is also amazing. There's room for both of these ways of expressing.
what happens is that the whole event becomes with a unique vibe. Then the milonga continues, but the spirit is by such an energy. It's like the whole scene takes you in a journey that you cannot experience in many places. Wow. And the whole atmosphere gets so fresh, gets so alive. It's fueled with energy. The whole space. It's really amazing. And all that, I think, is part of the tango that can make something unique as a how do you say, as a sharing point for tourism to come and meet this type of vibe and be ambassadors when they go back home and say, hey, tango can have also this vibration. It's how they live it down there, you know.
And this is
very really alive.
And this is very much a tango of this moment, because I think this way of experiencing tango and the extremely large numbers of younger people being involved and these new orchestras that have taken on the torch, they're carrying the music and composition and performance of tango forward into the future. All of this is happening right now. It's very new.
Yeah. Yes. And also what this type of things is bringing is that younger people are feeling the music from the inside, from the heart. You know, they become more connected to the music, to the tango music, which is something that usually younger generations lost through the years. So this type of vibe is really attracting to them.
So it's no longer just the nostalgia of listening to the music that their grandparents or now even great-grandparents used to enjoy and dance to, but it's a new version of the tradition that they can connect to directly.
Yes, and they can feel identified and they can jump as it is a music that represents their generation nowadays. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
It's crazy it's really impressive.
So we need to take another break, and we're going to use the break to listen to one of the orchestras that you were just talking about that generally plays in the dueling orchestra part of the festival on the last night. It's Los Reyes del Tango, and we're going to listen to the tango Loca. So again, that was the Tango Loca of Los Reyes del Tango. And you're here listening to Tango Stories on USALA, where generally I'm your host, Meredith Klein. But right now we're going to turn the tables, and my guests, Agustin and Natalia, are going to become your hosts and interview me so I can tell you a little bit about the other part of our guided trip to Argentina. Take it away, guys.
This is interesting. Yeah, because when we started thinking about bringing people to La Plata, the people were really interested on going to the traditional places. So they say, if we're going to go to Argentina, we want to see also Buenos Aires City. And Natalia and I, we are not from Buenos Aires City, so we didn't really know how to do it. So one day we were talking to Meredith, and I'm really happy that we talked that night together. And then with all the experience you have, we were like, yes, okay, we have to do this together. So, yeah, having the thing for us is having all the offers that Buenos Aires have, all the options and all the dancers and all the different milongas. We didn't know how to organize something on, like, how would the people choose to become part of the trip? So how did you think about this?
Well, that diversity and the incredible range of options that you have as a tango dancer when you go to Buenos Aires for the first time, that's exactly why I started organizing guided trips, because it's actually bewildering. Every night you could go to probably between 14 and 30 different milongas. If you're looking at all the milongas that happen in one day from the afternoon through the late night, there's at least 20 every day. And how are you going to choose? And beyond that, there's questions about where you would stay and of all the hundreds of incredible maestros, who are you going to study with? And then also, if you don't speak Spanish, how are you going to understand the lessons? So, I remember when I went to Buenos Aires for the first time in 2005, and I had already been dancing 6 years. And I remember looking at the tango map and the schedule of milongas, and it was, I had to give it to a friend and who would start highlighting things for me and make recommendations. But, I was quite very much in the dark. So, I was lucky. I had an amazing first trip to Buenos Aires to the extent that I decided to move there, and I lived in the city of Buenos Aires from 2005 to 2008. So I got to, really explore many, I won't say every aspect because the tango scene there is just, it's really endless, but I got to explore so many different aspects of the tango scene and meet so many people. And it gave me ideas about how best to introduce a group to all of this diversity in a short period of time. So starting in 2009, I organized 4 guided trips to Buenos Aires, and each one had its own magic, had its own alchemy. Something happens among the guests and among the dancers who come to assist us, the professional dancers, the assistants who come and dance with us in the classes and in the milongas, and among the teachers that we involve in the tour. So that alchemy is, it's unique to each experience. And it's like a small version of what you're talking about that happens in the festival in La Plata, the combined efforts of these different people coming together from different parts of the world. It generates something special, something unique that living it makes your life richer. And so that's the goal of the tour.
I think it's very important. I think it's very important also for us. It's very, very important that the idea that you're bringing, that also we match, is the togetherness of the group.
Yes.
Not traveling just to Buenos Aires on your own and trying to solve all these issues on all the options and also all the teachers and which one you shouldn't miss, and then maybe you realize the day after that, the good one was this other one, but also that you alone, it's so many options, and you, by living there, so much on which are the places and which are the things that that should be done in such the period that they have.
Yes.
It's really amazing. I'm really happy we are working together.
Me too. So happy. And in order to, when you enter this enormous tango community, because tango comes from Buenos Aires and it's still kind of the mothership of tango. When you enter this huge community, if you do it on your own, you may get lucky and make connections really quickly and feel that you're part of it. But it can also be a little bit hard to feel that you're part of this thing, that you're not outside of it. So what the tour does is it creates our own little community of the tour group, and then when we go and interact with the larger community, it can be easier. So, for example, every time we go to a milonga or a práctica, which we do at least once a night during the tour, we go as a group and we have our tables, and we also have dance assistants who are actually people who live in Buenos Aires and teach tango, but they come and they dance with the members of the group for 2 hours in the milonga. So it kind of gets everybody's feet wet. It gets them out on the floor dancing, and first of all, getting to dance with people who are incredible dancers and all very different from one another. Some of them dance in a more modern, open style. Some dance very, very close milonguero. So all the tour participants get to feel in their bodies this range of how tango is danced. And then, because they've been out on the floor dancing, the other people in the milonga see that the people in our group know how to dance, and then once the 2 hours are over and they're no longer dancing with the dance assistants, they get cabeceoed, they get significant looks of tango invitation from all over the milonga, and so then they get to really experience being part of the bigger community. And that can be a little bit hard if you just go into a milonga by yourself and there's nobody to prove that you dance, to show that out to the community. You might find that it's hard to start getting dances. So being part of the small community of the tour group and having the assistance of these amazing dancers who are the dance assistants, it's a way into the larger community. And the goal is, it's not just to have our own little community inside the tour. It really is a way of initiating people to being part of the Buenos Aires tango community. And what we see is that many of our guests from the previous tours, they've gone back on their own. And now they know the city, they know what milongas they like, the ones where they feel really comfortable. They have friends, they have connections. And so they're very much able, if they like, to create a great experience for themselves if they go back alone the second time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Argentina and soccer connection is really big, no? But I think of this like starting a match with already 3 goals in your favor. It's like,
I like that.
The
question is, which team has those goals?
So if you go by yourself, you can still win the match, but going together brings this joyful spirit that is really important in the milonga. That the people see that if they dance with you, they're gonna feel nice and they're gonna have fun. So the togetherness build that fresh atmosphere in the little group. That builds the atmosphere in the big milonga. So it's more willing that people usually people in Argentina, they want to dance also for having fun and sharing a nice experience. So if they see that you already have a nice energy because you're having fun with some friends, it's more likely that you get dancers.
That's so true. And then another wonderful aspect of the tour is so we organize classes that are for our group only. So one thing that's great about that is that the teachers either teach in English or I provide translation so that you can study, for example, with Carlos Perez and Rosa Forte, who are in their mid-70s and are kind of the most recognizable symbols of the Visual Urquiza style of close embrace tango around the world. There was a stretch there where Carlos and Rosa themselves prepared like 6 out of 7 couples who won the Mundial in the salon style category. So they're absolutely amazing, but they only traveled to the U.S. once. In fact, I helped organize their tour to the U.S. It was years ago. It was like 2013. They're probably not going to come back here. And so and if you go to their classes in Buenos Aires, the regular classes, they're all in Spanish. So, for example, bringing them to teach for our tour group gives people an experience, a way of learning and a way of connecting with tango tradition that is very hard for them to access outside of the trip. And this year I've really tried to choose amazing teachers who are not coming to the U.S. right now. For example, Inés Musopapa, who won the World Championship a few years ago. She is amazing. She taught at our festival here in Philadelphia and then came back last year, but she's also completing her college degree, so she's not traveling very much. So this is a chance for people to study with her. My friend Marité Luján, who's one of the most amazing milongueras and is actually the organizer of the Milongueras and Milongueros Festival, which was just declared of national importance by the Senate of Argentina. She's incredible, but she hasn't been to the U.S. in like 20 years or something. Silvina Valls, also, who's just one of the most amazing tangueras on earth, is not traveling to the U.S. right now. And I think most of these people aren't really traveling very much in Europe either. So they're just incredible resources. And the only way to access their knowledge and get to spend time with them, get to know them, is by going to Argentina. So that's another one of the goals of the tour, is to expose our guests to these amazing resources that they wouldn't find otherwise.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really a unique opportunity. Also, yeah.
So what, Meredith, what milongas you are planning that people go to Buenos Aires to dance?
Well, we choose a little bit at the last minute because, as you know, the performances, like who's going to be performing, it's traditional for there to be 1 to 2 performances in every milonga every night, but it's also traditional for that not to be announced until like 7 days before or maybe a month before. So we're going to keep tabs on everything that's planned, not only in not only in terms of performances, but also which orchestras are playing live. And then we're going to make our choices. But places like Salon Canning, which is just for actually like 30 years, even before Paracultural, that organization, even before they were in the space Salon Canning, when they were organizing in different spaces, they were already a magnet that brought like the whole tango community together, the old people, the young people, people who like to dance in this way, that way, the other way. Everybody always came to Paracultural, which is now takes place in Salon Canning. So it's quite hard to imagine a tour where we didn't go to Salon Canning, for example. Pepa, Viva la Pepa, which is a milonga that takes place in Villa Malcolm. I don't know. Villa Malcolm's just my favorite place to dance on earth. So it's and Pepa makes sure that there's an incredible performance and incredible seminars in that milonga every single Sunday. So again, it's really hard to imagine a tour where we wouldn't include that. But beyond that, the goal is to show people some of the most iconic milongas that have been going on for decades, as well as some of the newest milongas, which are often organized by a new generation, younger people. So to the best extent, the greatest extent possible in 6 nights, to show people the whole range that is the tango community.
Yeah. That's super nice. So that's incredible.
I think we've used up the time that we have for this section. There's so much more we could talk about the tours, but let's take a short break and listen to another tango. You have one chosen for us?
Yeah, we chose Buscándote by Orquesta Romántica Milonguera, which are also playing in the Tango Festival in one of the nights.
In La Plata.
Hope you enjoy it. In La Plata, yeah.
And I hope we'll also hear them in Buenos Aires because they're kind of the most popular tango orchestra right now, and it would be great if the group could hear them twice. Yeah, so here is Buscándote.
preludio de mi eterno andar, tristeza amarga de la soledad, ansias enormes de llegar. Sabrás que por la vida fui buscándote, que mis ensueños sin querer rompí y en algún cruce los dejé. Mi andar apresuré con la esperanza de encontrarte aquí, largos caminos silvané, leguas y leguas recorrí. Después que entre tus brazos pueda descansar, si lo prefieres volveré a marchar por mi camino de ayer.
So again, that was Buscándote of the Orquesta Romántica Milonguera, who will be playing at La Plata by La Tango, the Tango Festival. So we really hope you'll consider joining us for these amazing experiences in Buenos Aires and La Plata. You can find out more information at both of our websites. So you can go to nataliaagustin.com. And you'll find information about the tour, about the trip. It's /Experience Tango 2019 if you want to go directly there. But if you go to the website nataliaagustin.com, you're going to find a link to get to the trip information. And just so you're sure, it's nataliaagustin.com. And then you can also go to philadelphiatangoschool.com /tango-experience, or just philadelphiatangoschool.com, and you can navigate from the main menu to Tango Experience and get information about our trip. And if you get to either website, it links to the other, so you can get to all the information you need. We're offering special pricing through an early bird deadline of November 1st. So even though you could sign up after that, you could try to sign up by November 1st for the best pricing. And just to give you a little rundown of what's involved, the Buenos Aires trip is, it's 6 nights, a 6-night stay, double occupancy in Casa del Sol, which is, it's a tango house, meaning a tango hotel that offers a lot more, many more services and opportunities. It's a super friendly place. The person who owns it, Eva Carza, is incredibly great at helping people understand and access all of the resources in Buenos Aires City and in the tango community particularly. There's going to be 5 classes of 1.5 hours each with amazing maestros, teachers, I think all of whom I've already mentioned. We go out to a milonga or a practica, so we go out social dancing together to at least 1 place per night, sometimes 2. We explore the city of Buenos Aires in a guided tour and then also in more casual excursions. My co-guide for the Buenos Aires part is Monica Mosha, who is an amazing person, and she's one of the few people in South America who is a certified senior teacher in the Iyengar method. This is a really, really hard thing to achieve. So she provides yoga classes for the tour so that we can all get some relaxation and get our muscles to release after all the dancing we're going to be doing into the middle of the night every night. And then there's even more things. So definitely check out the website and you'll see the whole rundown there. And then you guys were going to run us through what is involved in the La Plata section.
Yeah, then we'll bring you for also 6 nights in La Plata, in which we also going to have 5 classes with local teachers, which are great teachers that have formed us also at different points in our life, but they didn't travel abroad. So the only way to get them is by going there. And we also want to bring the people to a local tango scene that had been running for a lot of years. Even my grandma used to go there, and it's called Lo de Raúl. So
Wow.
it's like every time you enter, it's like going back 50 years in history, and every feel feels.
Your grandma actually danced there.
Well, yeah, many times she went there and mostly also listened to the live music, because the whole family plays in a family orchestra during the night.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
Like music. Yeah. And then after that event, where the whole festival starts, which is 4 nights on a row with live orchestras every night. You have 2 orchestras per night, and in the last night, you have the dueling of 2 orchestras playing at the same time from different corners. And well, we also are gonna see the city, which is the capital city of Buenos Aires province. It has the largest cathedral in South America. It's really special to walk around and see a very particular layout.
Wow.
And well, we will try to solve everything for the people, make it easier. And yeah, in the orchestras, we have our really extremely renowned orchestras. So we have
during the festival, it's gonna play these really good orchestras.
Yeah, you have Romántica Milonguera, la
Los Reyes del Tango,
Orquesta Típica Tanturi, then La Juan D'Arienzo. Probably we'll see if they can come this coming year.
And then another orchestra that are not defined yet.
Yes, they're still on hold for to see if they match the timing. Because there are also orchestras that make tours,
wow.
So they have to be in Argentina. So it's really renowned orchestras. It's really quite amazing. And we'll try to solve everything for you.
And the festival milongas themselves have like 1,000 people in them, right? These are huge events.
Yeah, the festival, it's around the year before we helped setting up, and we put 1,500 chairs, and there were people still standing. So it's the building is huge.
That's amazing.
Super huge. It's amazing government building, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's always a lot of fun.
It's just so exciting. I am so excited to go there with you, and I'm so excited that we're working on this together.
Yeah, I'm really happy already. Yeah, this is going to be great. It was meant to be. I'm really, really happy.
Definitely. Yeah. So again, go to nataliaaugustin.com or philadelphiatangoschool.com to learn about both sections of the tour, and feel free to get in touch with any of us. There's all different ways to get in touch with us by email and phone and WhatsApp and Facebook and this and that and the other. So, or you can just try sending a smoke signal and see if we understand. But definitely get in touch. We're just so excited to talk about this trip and hope that all of you out there will be part of it. So,
that would be super.
Agustin and Natalia, thank you so much for dedicating this time to come on the show and talk about the Tango Experience 2019.
No, thank you, Meredith, for inviting us and giving us the opportunity also to meet the radio and also all the listeners.
All right. Thanks, guys. So if I don't see you before, I'll see you in April.
Yeah, that would be super.
Guys, thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.
USALA Radio, tu voz, tu radio.